All right, ladies and gentlemen, today is Thursday, the 5th of November, and again, we do not meet as a class today, but that does not mean you do not have work to do. This is an IC7 session review because apparently you totally disregarded my IC7B yesterday, and I'm more than disappointed in most of you. I won't say all of you, but in most of you. For not following directions, not paying attention, not doing what you were told to do. As an asynchronous class, you can do things on your own, but we are not an asynchronous class. We are a synchronous class, and that means that everything we do is directed by me. And I directed you yesterday to do some things that you did not do. And I had several emails yesterday that proved to me that you did not do those things. So pay attention because it's going to be a bumpy ride. The ICANN statement stays the same because it's still session 7. Please remember to check your email every single day, more than once a day. You'd be pretty upset if you emailed me and I never even opened that email. Well, I'm pretty upset with you right now. And I don't like to feel that way. So check your email. Pay attention to what you're told to do. You still have the modules on the shelf. You have the sign up for Loop if you have not done that. Those of you who have, thank you very much. Those of you who have responded, thank you even more. There's a practice it, and there's a book club assignment. I expect you to click on those links and open them. I don't put them there just to make myself happy. Those are your assignments. Before you do that, you need to do your second NC check-in. If you did math on Monday, you do reading today. If you did reading on Monday, you do math today. It has to get done. If it doesn't, I'm not really sure what they're going to do, but it's probably not going to be pleasant. So it says book assignments for the book clubs are on the shelf. See how it says book club assignments. I left a link to the weekly planner. Hopefully some of you are using that. And then watch the lesson. This will be a live link after I've recorded this lesson and post it on there. So you will be able to watch what I'm saying right now. We need to get through our books before the Thanksgiving break. So they need to get started yesterday. You were told to meet in your rooms at 1 o'clock yesterday. 2 people showed up. And those 2 people know who they are. I'm not going to call them out, but I'm very proud of them. I spoke with one of them. The other one I could not get to because I was in the middle of setting up a room and I couldn't switch over at the time. So I apologize to that person who tried to talk to me and did not reach me. So I'm going to go through this one more time. Pay close attention and follow the directions because so many of you yesterday emailed me and said, how do I find who's in my book club? If you watched this video and followed the directions, you would have known that. So I want you to go over to Book Club Assignments and click on it. And it says, you will find your book club assignments on this page. I couldn't have made it any bigger, ladies and gentlemen, unless you wanted me to make it a full-size page of just those 3 words. So, your book club assignments are here. It's a link. You should recognize a link by now. You're 8th graders. You have to make a copy of the document. Now, you should be familiar with Google Sheets. You should know how they work. and they have tabs at the bottom. You need to let it load. It takes a while because there's a lot of information here. But every tab is a different book title. So whichever book title you chose, that's the tab you're going to select. So when you go to the bottom of it, oh, we need to let it finish loading still. Okay, see the tabs at the bottom? Ghost, Jim Candy, Game is over here behind this. Hatchet, House Arrest, One for the Murphys. I've only put the books on here that you selected. There were some books that no one chose, so they're not on here, so I didn't want to confuse you. If you are doing a book that has more than one club, this is important. If you are doing a book that has more than one club, you're going to go to that page and see that it is color-coded. I color-coded it so that you know which group is yours. So let's say you were doing Hatchet. Again, you have to be patient because there's a lot of stuff going on here. Notice that there are 3 different colors. That means there are 3 different clubs. The first club is called Hatchet. See, the name of your room is Hatchet. The second club is called Hatchet 2, and the name of your room is Hatchet 2. And then Hatchet 3, and the name of your room is Hatchet 3. So you go to meet.google.com and you type in Hatchet. Now, I need to know when you're meeting so I can open the room. I would like to hand the rooms over to one person in each club so that you guys have control of it and you can open it when you want. But I can't do that if you don't show up for the meeting to begin with. I need some responsible people to step up and do the right thing. So you should be talking to the people in your club and decide when you want to meet and who's going to be in charge of the room. And I need to know that from one person in each club. You can email all your club members because their emails are in this first column. If you double click on it, it gives you the whole email address. So you need to email everyone in your group, and you guys need to start making a plan because you should have started reading yesterday. And some of you, I'm sure, have. But if you're reading on your own, you're still not doing the right thing, are you? Your group needs to decide how much you're going to read every week. I'm going to put some questions in Flipgrid. Now, apparently, I am going to have to put your email addresses individually into Flipgrid. I was under the impression that if I gave you the code, you could get in, but some of you tried yesterday and could not. So I will try to work on that today. And once it's done, I will send an email to let you know. Now, you can access your books on this link down here. That takes you to readanybook.com. Here is your Flipgrid. And your codes for Flipgrid are, again, the same as the names of your rooms for me. They're the same. Hatchet, Hatchet 2, Hatchet 3. One for the Murphys is just Murphys. So I will work on Flipgrid today, but you don't need that just yet. You need to lay the groundwork. Your group needs to make a plan, and it needs to be done yesterday. I keep saying that because that's when it needed to be done. Wednesday is the day none of you have classes, so you can meet. You should meet during your designated class time if possible. Now, you'll notice some of the groups, like this one, has people from the 4th Corps and the 5th. That's the only way I could do that. So you guys need to find a common time somewhere between the 4th and the 5th Corps to meet. But I need that information. I'm going to be sending out a Google form, probably in your emails, to all of you. I need to know when you're meeting, what time you're meeting. I need all of that. Because if I don't know what time you're meeting, I can't open the room. So you've got to tell me. I hope that makes this part clear. You go to Book Club Assignments, find your book title at the bottom, then open it up, and that will give you the Google Meet information. It will give you the Flipgrid information. It will give you the access to your book. Not too difficult, right? Not too difficult. Now, the form that I'm going to send you, it looks like this. Your club name. So you just have to click on the radio button. You don't even have to type it in. All groups should meet each Wednesday, and I want to know what time you're going to meet. These are your options between 9 and 3:30. If you cannot meet at that time, which I don't understand why you wouldn't be able to, you can click other and you can tell me what that other time is. I need a list of the people who show up for the meeting. You're going to fill this form out every week. So your secretary will figure that out. That's the one that they have to do. Did you set up your notebook? And who owns the notebook? And did you share it with the group and make it editable? And what is the link to the notebook? So let's talk about the notebook. I'm going to go back. Several of you requested access to the notebook yesterday, so I know that you are, in part, paying attention. And yet I didn't see you come into your rooms yesterday. And I went through and I set up every room. So that was quite disappointing. Let's see what I left under practice it before I go on, just to make sure. I don't think I changed that. All right, so this gives you actually the video from yesterday and shows you how to do everything. Also has the video for the NC check-in. Hopefully you've already done the first one, so you already know how to do it. There's a little bit of post-it note information here about investigating character perspective. I would pay close attention to that as well. So let me find the notebook. And this is the student copy of the notebook. You should have to make a copy of it. Only one person in each group makes a notebook. And that person shares it with everyone in the group. So it tells you that you need to set roles at your first meeting. It reminds you that you need to set the notebook up. Flipgrid tells you about Flipgrid and how to maneuver it. You need to record a response in Flipgrid, but how can you do that when your group hasn't met yet, people? I don't know why you were trying to get into Flipgrid yesterday when you hadn't done the first 5 steps that you had to do before you had to do Flipgrid. If I sound irritated, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to apologize, but I can't. I'm really disappointed. You did not follow directions. Please follow directions today. So remember that everyone contributes to the project. Everyone has a role in adding things to the notebook. Everyone. Your group grade is not a group grade. If one person does all the work, why should I give the other people a good grade? I don't do that. If I don't see that you're doing your job, your grade will reflect that. So again, it gives you links to the book clubs here. On the next slide, Going backwards, this is your book club's notebook, and it says, here are the roles that you have. If you only have 2 people in your club, then you each have 3 roles. That's the fact, jab. Read over the roles and decide which ones who each of you is going to do. The attendance secretary, you're going to record who is present at each meeting, and that's going to go on that Google form every week that you meet. Every week. It's only like 3 weeks. You can do this. If you can't read a book in 3 weeks, then we have an issue. So go over the information here. I want you to pay close attention, because whatever job you choose or whatever job you are assigned, you have to do it. If you're the web designer, you have to do the layout of the notebook, the order the slides will appear. That means the questions I ask for week 1, all those slides have to be together. Each person has to respond, and those slides have to be together. And on that slide, I would like you to embed your Flipgrid video, including writing your responses. There's a lot going on here. I understand that. Parse it out. Write it down. Organize your thoughts so that you know what you're doing. That's why I want you to meet as a group. It's so much easier if you can talk to people about this. So much easier. So now what you're going to have to do is email everyone in your groups, ladies and gentlemen, because I can't open the rooms up again today. I won't open those rooms up until I find out that you guys are actually doing your job. And then I will give the room to one of the people in your group. Most likely, I will give it to the attendance secretary. So remember that as you're choosing your jobs. If you want to be the one in charge of the room, that will probably be the attendance secretary. That's really all I have to say today, other than I hope you do well on your check-in. I will have the room open as usual tomorrow. If you have questions about the book clubs, come in and see me. Come in and ask your questions. I will be happy to help you. But the first thing I'm going to ask is, did you watch the videos? Did you watch the lessons? And if you didn't, then I'm going to tell you that's the first place you need to start. So make sure you've watched the video, this one and yesterday's, to understand how to do the things you need to do. And then we'll all get along just fine. If you still have questions, I'm available through email today, and I will be in the room all day tomorrow. If you have not started reading your books yet, you should do that. Definitely. But you need to get in contact with your group members. You need to figure that out. I don't care if you want to set up your own room. If you want to set up your own Google Meet, that's great. Just send me the code. I'm perfectly fine with that. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That's my rant for the day. Go forth and learn, and I will talk to you maybe tomorrow. If not, I will see you all Monday.